What's up, everyone? It's time for an update on the Transformers collection tour here. I haven't done one of these for a few years, and I must say, the collection room here is quite a mess, but embarrassingly, I'm not sure if it's going to be much cleaner anytime soon. I'm filming this the week of Christmas in 2026. I've got a lot of stuff here that needs organizing, and embarrassingly, not all of the Transformers are even on shelves. I don't have enough space for them all, but I do have a lot that's changed since my last collection video, so I want to show off what the collection is looking like these days. And I'm going to start over here in this new glass shelf I have here over on the left. So over here on the top of this glass shelf, I have some high dollar and special Generations and G1 figures, starting with the OG Masterpiece Optimus back there, who is still a classic that I love. The Neon Genesis Evangelion MP10 crossover, this non-transforming 3-0 Deluxe Megatron. I think this guy is amazing. I don't mind at all that they don't transform. I actually love a good non-transforming figure, and the detail on this guy is super great. He feels like a masterpiece to me. I've got the Trainbot leader here, and actually I have the complete set of the Trainbots. You can see the box of them up there, and all the rest are up there, and I need to make some space to figure out how to display all the rest of them. By the way, I'm going to get a lot of names wrong in this video. I simply don't remember the name of everything anymore and what series it came from, so let me know what I get wrong. But here's a Masterpiece Beast Wars Megatron, one of my favorite designs from Beast Wars growing up with Armada Predacon. I think it's X-Transbots who makes him. Then we have the Missing Link Optimus, Masterpiece Megatron there. I actually did sell the original Masterpiece Megatron. I've got him up on eBay as we speak, actually. As you can see, I'm just running out of room, and I felt like I wanted to keep the original Masterpiece Optimus, who's a piece of history. But Megatron is an upgrade in every way, and yeah, he just had to go. And then I've got HasLab Ultra Magnus stuffed in here. I don't plan to keep him in here too long, but I need to make some space over on these shelves to make him move over there. This is one of my favorite shelves that didn't exist at all when I made my last video. This is the MPM Decepticons. I know a lot of people are unhappy with some of the MPM stuff, but I mean, compared to Studio Series for me at least, these guys are amazing. I really don't mind the paint on Masterpiece Megatron. I've said that a few times. Characters like Brawl are just such a joy to finally have in such an accurate form. Studio Series is awesome, but I mean, it doesn't come close to capturing this level of detail. Having their super complex just face sculpts represented in plastic like this, where they even have opening mouths, is just such a joy for me. I love the Masterpiece movie figures. And speaking of which, if we move to this shelf down here, I've got the Masterpiece movie Autobots, as well as the 3-0 Deluxe Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. One of my favorite figures of all time right here. I've debated getting the Jetfire a few times, but again, running out of room. And nostalgia is one hell of a drug because I've always hated this design, and I don't really like these movies either, the Mark Wahlberg movies. But this is a great looking representation of the Last Night Optimus. One of those designs, in my opinion, that you've got to get in non-transforming form because all the transforming ones don't really capture it. And yeah, I found myself nostalgic for it and really impressed by the YOLO Park kit. I think YOLO Park is just knocking it out of the park, and I hope that they do other designs as well. And I also would love for YOLO Park to give us like Armada figures or anything else too. So yeah, there's the MPM Autobots, just missing Jazz. And down here we have the Fans Hobby third-party Masterpiece Armada figures. If you know me at all, you know I'm a huge fan of Armada. So of course I've got Masterpiece Armada figures. I've also got the Nemesis version of Optimus way up here in the corner, up there. Again, haven't opened him. Haven't opened a lot of stuff there. Currently redoing some of those shelves and this shelf right here. I also need to do my repairs on Naval Commander here. I've got the replacement parts for him, but unfortunately, Fans Hobby isn't sending me the replacement parts for Jetfire, even though I've messaged him on Facebook about it a few times, so really need to sort that out soon. Then at the bottom are just some accessories, and that's the Evangelion Optimus trailer. So that's sort of the high dollar shelf here in the corner. And on the top left is a Soundwave helmet and an original G1 Optimus here. Just an amazing condition original G1 Optimus with the stickers still intact and all the accessories in the trailer. And Holiday Optimus because I just boxed him up after Christmas. So closing that shelf and moving over here, there's a lot of Transformers in these containers. I'll talk about them later. But up here on the top of the containers, we've got the Rise of the Beast, I think, Optimus popcorn bucket, containing a bunch of random toys up there. I don't even know what's in there right now, but the camera's pointing at it. Then we've got Studio Cell Unicron over there in robot mode. I really wanted him just because the HasLab robot mode doesn't really do it for me, and I would rather keep HasLab in the planet mode anyways. That guy just cannot be beat in the robot mode. I've got some unboxed mini-cons here on the wall for nostalgia's sake, a Transformers 1986 movie poster. Then on the ground, I've got a couple of Titans here who don't have a place on the shelf yet. One of my favorite Titans of all time, probably my favorite Titan because this is just one of my favorite designs and characters of all time, Tidal Wave right here. And behind him is Scorponok, now complete with his upgrade kits. That shield and gun just make a huge difference in how much I've enjoyed that figure, as well as these arm cannons too. The top shelf above all this, you may have noticed, is Bionic. I'll make a separate video about that maybe, but that's not what this is about. I'll then talk about the top shelf here on Transformers. It's mostly Titans. I'm not going to go through every single thing on these shelves, but some highlights include the mini Unicrons, including the reissue of the Lucky Draw version that came out a few years ago, probably almost 10 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. The Armada Seekers, which are like so big with that thing sticking out of their back, which is why I put them up here. A 3D print of the Skybeam shield that I got from Etsy. I love that thing. Falconator, who's a wacky project that I just had to have. He's so unique and it gives me a good excuse to have a G1 Devastator mold. Omega Sentinel, who's still one of my favorite repaints ever, with the original Omega Supreme hiding behind there. That Omega Supreme is not long for this world. A custom of Armada Optimus based on the Bendy Prime. Someone in the Transformers bot posting group created this. Represents him after he sacrificed himself in Armada. Definitely one of my favorite scenes of all time in Transformers media, so I really love having that on the shelf. Good old Primus there, who's still an amazing figure, and I have the Last Night repaint of him as well, sitting there in Cybertron mode. The Omega Lock with all 4 actual Cyber Keys. I used to have just custom painted versions, but I finally grabbed Scourge and Override in the last few years. I don't know if I had them in my last collection video, but now it's got all 4 of the legit Cyber Keys there. Then many a Titan up here who speak for themselves, including the new Metroplex and his little mini-me here that I kept in his, what do you call it, worker mode? I forget. Okay, and then moving on here to these glass cabinets. Again, I'm not going to go through every single figure, but let's go through some highlights here. Starting on the left cabinet, we have a random assortment of Generations figures here, including the good old Sam's Club repaint of RID Optimus. I forgot her name right now. I got Galvatron a few years back to go with her and the RID figures. And I also found this, I believe, BotCon Scourge repaint of Cybertron Soundwave. Pretty cool. And then we have here Energon Optimus. I upgraded my Energon Optimus from the Hasbro one to the Takara one, and I also display him now with Wing Saber, who I've nabbed. Much cooler mode than his regular one, in my opinion. Some random Energon and Cybertron guys, including this repaint of Inferno. Roadblock, is that his name? I think he looks so sharp. I forgot his name right now, though. I think I'm actually going to sell down here Energon Megatron very soon. He takes up a lot of space. He feels like a figure that's going to get updated sooner or later. And the original is super cool, but man, he takes up a lot of space, and I'm just not that nostalgic for him. I like him, but I didn't care for Energon much growing up. Then we have here the only thing that remains of my animated collection. I actually just sold animated Megatron and Optimus. I've got here the new animated Optimus, and I've got the original Prowl and Soundwave, who are probably the only 2 I'll ever keep forever. Maybe I'll keep Lockdown back there too. He's pretty neat, but I don't know. Then over here, we've got kind of a random Optimus Prime shelf. We've got the big boy Cybertron Optimus, just an all-time great figure there. His kind of disappointing, but also kind of charming remake here. I just like how poseable he is and how light he is. But yeah, he doesn't hold a candle to the original. We've got the Transformers 1 Leader Class Prime, who feels like an amazing classic Leader Class toy made in 2024 or whatever. Then here's the HasLab RID Optimus Prime hiding away. I actually prefer to display him and Ultra Magnus in their regular forms right there. Then we've got Reactivate Optimus, who doesn't really have a home given Reactivate's cancellation, the fact that I don't have any other Reactivate figures, and a bunch of Armada Optimuses. Again, I love Armada, and I really love that this guy exists. I would love for them to make a proper deluxe class or even Voyager class of this design one day. Another Cybertron shelf. I do bother to keep both the original Cybertron Galvatron and Cybertron Megatron. He looks great in both colors, and that mold just kicks ass. That's one of those molds that I feel like even if they update, I want to keep the original for. Just like I did with Vector Prime, I didn't care for the update of him at all, and I upgraded from the original to the Takara one, which just has amazing paint. I have a video comparing the paint between the 2 on my channel and some other comparisons. And then down here, we've got more stuff: Armada, repaint, Cybertron characters, Cybertron Jetfire, who takes up a shit ton of space on a shelf, but is awesome. Scourge, who also takes up a shit ton of space and is kind of a meh figure, but I'm keeping him for the Cyber Key for now, but I might sell the main figure later on. Then we've got my boy Armada Optimus Prime here. Armada takes up so much of my shelf space, and it's the one thing that I'll always keep in my collection. We've got the super rare Kmart Optimus here, who I'll probably never transform again. And we have an embarrassment of riches in Bendy Armada Optimus Primes. So just to jump around these real quick, we have the original Deluxe with yellow highlights, the Cybertron G1S repaint, the regular Cybertron, I forgot how they called it, Cyberkey or something repaint, the Universe Ultra Magnus repaint, the Takara and Hasbro versions of Nemesis Prime, who have very different paint jobs, the clear version released in Takara in Japan, and then the regular US Hasbro version deluxe with the silver highlights instead of yellow. And it's crazy that I have all of these, but there's still a third variant of the regular US one and a second variant of this Cybertron, Cyberkey 1 or whatever it's called. Then we have some more Armada figures here, including the SCF collection, which I think is super underrated. I made a video reviewing all of these on my channel, and I love the little mini cons they come with. They're so cute and they look so accurate. Some more Armada figures. I've made some room on the shelf here for the repaint of Scavenger. She's up there, unboxed so far. Treadbolt. I'll take her out eventually, and then she will find her way to this part of the shelf. Then we have a Beast shelf down here. I don't have a lot of Beasts in my collection, but I of course have the Armada Beast right there, and a few key characters and molds that I've liked, such as the Beast Wars Megatrons there, the Beast Wars Nemesis Prime. I've got Optimus Primal in a box somewhere, and Scorponok and Waspinator. Moving to this shelf, it's my boys, the original tidal waves back there, Megatrons, Galvatrons, the new Galvatron stuffed in here, Demolisher, and now there's another Demolisher because not only do I have the original Hasbro one, but I have the original Takara one. Again, I've got a video comparing their colors on my channel. Then we've got Overload on the shelf. We've got Omega Sentinel, Costco Overload, the Universe, the Energon Ultra Magnus repaint, and we've got the new Legacy Optimus Armada Prime on his super mode with the original Overload on his back. I have another copy of Armada Optimus in his regular mode on my desk. We've got a bunch of Hot Shots here. Hot Shot's another character that I've got both the Hasbro and Takara versions of, and we've got the new Hot Shots right here up front. Here's another shelf with kind of a random amalgamation of stuff. We've got the Costco Optimus in all of his amazing quirky colors, the Linkin Park Soundwave back there, some of the new Armada guys, Teletran 1, the repaint of Sideways, who I keep in motorcycle form because his robot mode is ass and this looks cooler. Then we've got the Cybertron Optimus repaint with the Wing Saber repaint on top of him. I think this is cool to have both of these because then I can display one in the Sonic Wing mode, but it does take up a lot of space, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that guy forever. I will keep this guy forever though, but this is the original RID Ultra Magnus, who I'm just so nostalgic for. I got him as a kid with no context of who he was, and I think his vehicle mode is so awesome, the way that he can actually store different cars on top and inside of him. Then we've got this guy, who I got for his secret combination with Armada Megatron. More Armada over here, including the very shiny and rare BotCon Astro Train. Then one of my favorite molds here, which is Hoist. I've got both the Hasbro and Takara versions, and I've got a very special prototype of him in the back. I even bought the BotCon repaint of him right there, representing Dinobot, because that's one of my favorite molds from my childhood, so I just wanted to have every version possible, and there they are. Then we've got the thrust repaints in the front, Overload's head snuck in there somehow. We've got a Generation Self right here with Primitive Prime there in the back, and the Hascon RC there in the front. One of my favorite deluxe Optimuses of all time, this Laser Prime. I bought the new Laser Prime, didn't love him, kept this guy, he's way better. We've got the Transformers Prime shelf here, which doesn't include any of the new Transformers Prime figures actually. None of them have appealed to me so far. The first editions are really awesome, especially Optimus. The only thing I bought here that is actually not from the original era is the red RC, the only red figure I have. That's a lie, I actually have the red Megatron, but I'm planning to sell him. Then another random generation shelf over here. It's got some of my favorite figures in the form of those ultra class one-off guys in the back, such as Power Glide, Silverbolt, and Onslaught. Then I have two shelves here that embarrassingly are not done yet because they take quite a long time to do. Insert some footage from when they were here. This is the Minicon shelves. All of these shelves got redone recently because we redid the flooring in this room. It was carpet, now it's wood, and I had to take all of this down and put all of it back up. And I just have not had the spare afternoon to do this entire Minicon shelf. But just to summarize, I've got every single Minicon released from the main US Armada line, and I've begun to collect all the ones from Universe as well. I'm pretty far in on that. And I've started to collect some of the Takara exclusive repaints as well. I do want to have every Minicon before I die, I guess. Some more Universe figures here, including some of the newer ones like the Gamer Edition Optimus and Cybertron Starscream over there. Some more random Universe Legacy figures, Cosmos, Soundwave, etc. Then all the way over here, kind of like the main Universe shelves, I guess, the main Autobot cast, including both versions of Ultra Magnus. I still love that one. I can't give it up. I think it's awesome. I love the battle damage. I love the handling of the mold. And I love that they gave him the RID alt mode. As I said, I'm very nostalgic for that. The Decepticon shelf here, including Big Bad Minosaur right there. I've totally fallen in love with the new combiners. After I got my hands on him, I had to get the new Devastator as well, even though I've got the Devastator right there. And some random G1 figures here. I haven't really put that shelf together, but I put those away because they're very fragile. Okay, and that's kind of a speed run through the main shelves over there. Looking over here, I've got some stuff like the big boy HasLab Unicron. This is the only desk I own that he fits on. I need to reposition all this stuff, obviously, so that's much better. I've also got the Universe repaint of Unicron right here. This is the Amazon exclusive one, I believe. I want to buy a stand for him so that he can kind of stand next to this one because I still love this mold as well. And there's just no more room for another one in robot mode up there, so he gets to be in planet mode next to his big brother. Got another YOLO Park Megatron here. Don't know where I'm going to put him. Some custom tidal wave parts right here. As you can see, there's quite a lot of boxes around. This is actually the auto-transforming RoboSyn Optimus Prime, the first edition. Inside boxes like these, you have the parts, like all of the guys, the parts form for armor from the last few years. This is a Decepticon box. I have another way bigger one for the Autobot guys. I already mentioned the Bionicle, but there's a lot of other stuff in this room, like the Technic Star Wars things here, some random Mr. Potato Head stuff here, some Robot Heroes guys over here lingering on the shelf, and up there, I actually love those little guys, very nostalgic for me, and a lot of Toy Story stuff, such as the collection, and also the big Metacom Buzz right there, the latest 30th edition Buzz Lightyear right there. Over here in the corner, we have the Protoform Starscream, still in box because I believe he has gold plastic syndrome. And then we have Goldfire right there for no reason other than I just really liked that packaging when it came out and I wanted to display it, and I've never gotten around to opening it. We've got a Transformers Armada comic poster here that I got Gary Chalk and David K to sign in 2012. Okay, and then speaking of the containers, I actually have so much Studio Series stuff in here, as well as some other things. You can see the stars here of Prime vs. Megatron, which I had separated out. You can see like some small Legends class stuff from Animated. It's a whole mix of stuff from like more modern Studio Series, as well as some of the original Bayverse stuff. Like there's Leader Brawl in there. There's more modern Studio Series mixed with like the original Revenge of the Fallen Demolisher in there. I kind of try to keep the shelves organized by stuff like Generations, mostly Armada there, Cybertron and Energon, just big guys on top, and then obviously all the masterpieces over here. And I just don't have a spot right now to put all of the Bayverse stuff out, including Studio Series and Original. So I'm going to have to think about that. I don't know how to display them. Here's some pictures though from when they were out. And yeah, the final part of this tour is up here at the top of this shelf for Transformers. We've got the Universal Studios EVAC over there. I already mentioned the Nemesis version of Naval Commander. We've got the original MP10 from Toys R Us in the US right there. A couple of neat Energon repaints right there that I've never opened. Generation Selects Megatron is up there, Super Megatron that is. And over there is the toy repaint of Optimus Prime 3.0 Masterpiece. Oh yeah, and over here's another signed picture by Gary Chalk. I have a separate video showcasing all of my autographs and memorabilia. That stuff hasn't changed recently, but since it's right there, I'll mention it. Okay, and that is the super messy, quick and dirty Transformers 2026 Collections Tour. Let me know all the figures that I named incorrectly and the stuff that I forgot. I'm still making Transformers videos as much as I can. Unfortunately though, I don't have a ton of time to make a ton of stuff, which is why I wanted to make this video even though this room could clearly use some more cleaning. I'm filming this the week of Christmas and I'm not sure I'll be any less busy this year than I am right now. So I hope you enjoyed a look at the Transformers Collection 2026. Thanks for watching.